ago.
Oh, I thought you were going.
No, I wasn't. So, yeah. Well, I'm not going to retell all those stories, but...
Well, I'd already... Yeah.
He's already taken
No,
note.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was like, Pat talks coasters.
Pat talks roller coasters. I can keep talking roller coasters. So,
I went to Waterworld, so I have different coasters, but
wet coasters.
not nearly as cool. You don't get to wear 3D goggles.
Well, anyway, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
This is Coffee Before Bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking roller coasters.
Yeah, we're America's #1 parks and coasters podcast.
Coaster destination, yeah. So, yeah, no, like, she didn't want to do any of them.
Really?
No, like, she's so chicken, you know.
Had she been on
Uh-uh.
any coaster ever?
Not really. I mean, like, little baby ones, you know, and I don't even remember what those were. There was, like, one that we took her on when she was, like, maybe 3.
Oh,
You know, kind of.
wow.
I think it was at the zoo. So if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so no, she didn't want to do any of the rides. We tricked her to go on the Jurassic Park boat ride. So because we're like, well, it's a boat, you know, and look, there's like 15 people in it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, they can't throw you.
Yeah,
anywhere.
no, it's fine. So, and her like she's absolutely terrified of like any kind of like escalator or moving walkway kind of thing. Oh, she's absolutely terrified of them. And so, like, almost all the rides nowadays, that's how you get on the motherfucker. So she chickened out on, like, 3 of them on the first day because as soon as we got there, it was like, no! And we're like, fine, we're going to ride it. You can wait here.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. So,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
They have, in fact, there's this, like, so common that there's actually a place in every one of these rides where you can kind of drop your kid off.
Get out.
No, it's called a child swap, and so it's so like my wife and I, yeah. So it's really easy. So like,
Like you're
they're like,
doing-
all right, you get on the coaster, I'll stay with the kid, and then once she gets off, she basically tag teams me, and then I can go on the coaster.
Oh, and you don't have to
So-
wait in line all over
It's
again.
right there. So
Oh, that's cool.
we didn't know that. So, but there were a couple of rides where they didn't have that. And so it's like, sorry, kid, the only way out of here is through the ride. And that was the second day. Where we got to the point in time where it was like, no, you're not checking out. And so, yeah. So she did a couple on the second day. But like the Jurassic Park one, this boat ride. And she's like, well, it's just a boat. And I'm like, yeah, it's just a boat. And it's like, are you scared of dinosaurs? She's like, no, I'm not scared of dinosaurs. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but it is this boat ride, but then it goes up in this thing, and raptors attack, and all blah, blah, blah.
That was on an Impractical
Bullshit.
Joker one.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did Universal, and they actually had to go on the Jurassic Park ride.
Mm-hmm. She didn't get freaked out by any of that, and then it's got, like, maybe a 6-story drop at the end of it. Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Wow, right.
She was like, oh, that was fun. I was like, see? So, and then that was the first day. The second day, she chickened out on like 1 or 2. And even after she said, oh, I'm going to do it. Then right at the end, she's like, no, I'm not going to do it. So, we're like, fine. But then we got on line for a couple of them that didn't have that kid drop off. And she's like, no, you're going. So, you know, because I just waited in line for like half an hour for this bitch. So, yeah, we're going. So, but,
Cool.
yeah.
Right, I have a sort of, maybe it is a semantics question or it's a regional dialect question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You just said for a second ago, I stood online.
In line.
Well, no, I'm not saying that you're wrong.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Because it seems to me that there's a lot of people once you go east of the Mississippi.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're in a queue, you stand online.
Oh.
Okay? And if you're on this side, you stand in line.
I would definitely be in line.
My dad was definitely an inline guy.
Was he an inline
Oh,
guy?
yeah. I've
Okay.
never heard him say stand online. So,
Okay. I've heard a lot of people, like, because I grew up with a bunch of New Jersey people, and maybe that was it.
Yeah, maybe it's localized there.
Well, I'm sure your dad had plenty of things to say about New Jersey.
Actually, he didn't give him the pleasure. So,
but yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. It was like, because you said that, I was like, there's a, like, so much to the point where they'll make that joke, like, versus now, like, when they're talking about, instead of hanging out at Michael's, right, the joke is now, go online, don't stand online.
Yeah, okay.
Huh,
You
okay.
know more about it than I do.
All right, no,
So,
well, you
yeah.
said it, so I was like,
That
where
was
did you get
completely
that
a
from? That's
mistake, or it
fascinating.
might have been my
Okay.
sinuses. I don't know.
No.
So, but, yeah. No, online is like,
Computer.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
so,
Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
Amazon. Yeah.
yeah.
Inline is when you're standing in a
Yeah,
line.
yeah, I used to hear that all the time. Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
we had to stand online for tickets.
I haven't heard that ever.
I don't.
Yeah.
You know when you'll hear that?
Impractical Jokers.
Well, no, not there. But you probably would.
That's what I'm trying to think.
And those guys are from Staten Island, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
They also, if you listen, that's how they say it in Futurama.
Oh,
No
man, there's
way.
a show I
Yep.
haven't watched in a long time.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't watched it in a while. So.
Yeah, I haven't watched that in a long time. I actually watched some insufferable episodes of Family Guy the other day.
Oh,
Like newer
Yeah,
ones,
the
or
newer ones are bad.
Are they?
Oh my god, Brian's a dick. So
what happened?
I don't know, man. So yeah, I have no idea. Peter's he's devolved into like this like complete dumbass.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and like
Yeah.
Meg is just like the fucking devil child incarnate. Her character's so jacked up. It's nothing about it's funny. Not even the jokes they try and crack on.
Right.
So
Ugh.
yeah. I don't know. I just like I was telling you the other day. There's a whole bunch of episodes of Adventure Time I hadn't seen.
But they're fascinating. As
They're rewiring my brain.
Like, there's just like it goes from surrealist good time, and then it starts going to getting to this point where like you have to think for like 7 minutes. And
Uh-huh.
It's very sparse in words, right? And this is the same show. All right, I have to give it credit, okay, because within the same show in a short runtime, okay, they have one episode where the entire, I shit you not, I love this so much, okay, is the whole episode is Jake and Finn are walking in different directions, okay, but in an elastic way. And they're each passing through different parts of their worlds, and you see everything happening in the background.
Oh, I haven't seen this one.
Okay, so what's amazing is the whole reason that they're walking back in a elastic way is because the conclusion of the episode is they're trying to launch themselves toward each other at such amazing speeds to give each other the hardest fist bump they can.
Right.
But in this process, they're just doing these little vignettes in the background of their
Right.
world,
Yeah.
right? And this is the same show where they want you to go through this philosophical episode called Jake the Brick. And he
Haven't
is,
seen that one.
again, the whole Percy's like, you can't bother me. I got to go be a brick for a while. And since he can change shape, you see him from the metaphysical standpoint of being a brick in a wall.
Yeah.
And somehow it's interesting. Sometimes it's too weird, but it's like, wow, man, you guys really went for it with this show.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to some of those yet. I just finished the one. I've been watching the series from the beginning. And I just got to the one where you meet Marceline's dad for the first time.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. Yeah, but Finn fights him in that entire episode. Jake's just sitting in his pocket. He's like, what's in that pocket? Oh, that's Jake. He just rolls over and farts.
Same show.
I know, it's exactly
Same
the show, yeah. So I haven't gotten to some of the deep metaphysical ones just quite yet. So they're there though, man. So they got that oh man, I can't remember what it was though. There was a point where I stopped watching it last time because I thought it was basically done.
Was this on Cartoon Network?
Yeah, amongst other things. You can find it a couple different places. So, but yeah, no, then I went and watched a couple Family Guys and I was like, oh, maybe this show got better. Nope.
No, they just
No.
it's they took those personalities and never retooled them in a way that came back from just over exaggerating. That's it. Look, I'll admit that. So in The Simpsons, it's been on so long they went down that road and then brought it back.
Yeah.
Right? Because there was a point where Homer had become insufferably stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas to a point, yeah, he was always dumb, but he like loved his kids.
Yeah, he wasn't irredeemably stupid.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. So
And then it just came to a point where the stupidity rolled over into selfishness, and it's like, wow, this is not that character anymore, right?
God,
Again, oh yeah,
that show is so weird when you watch it. I watched a new episode last week, and they all have like fucking iPhones and shit. It just doesn't feel right, man.
Not only that,
Yeah.
I got weirded out when I heard new actually black Carl.
Oh, really?
Way different voice or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
because Carl's original voice was probably Hank Azaria. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who had to back off so many other voices. So, well, I don't know how many he actually had to back off of. But we know the famous one. I didn't realize he was Carl's voice, but that makes sense.
Yeah, he was Carl's voice, and I think he was Lou the cop.
Huh.
He was Lou the cop.
And they hit that thing where only people of X ethnicity should play
Right,
X ethnicity characters. So, yet at the same time, I don't know. It's a different age, but I can sit there and say, like, well, does it count when Mel Blanc voices everyone?
Mel Blanc. That Injun Joe cartoon, I found it. It's a Porky Pig cartoon.
It is a
Porky Pig cartoon. There's actually 2 versions of it. Dude, this turned into yes. All right, so there is one on YouTube that's in black and white from like 1938.
Holy shit!
It's the exact same cartoon, joke for joke for joke, except for everything looks different. Okay, Porky's not fat in it, so it's not that old. All right. So, but then, like, there's another one that they did after the war, like 1945, 1946, where they colorized the whole thing. And they like, tripled down on the Injun Joe racism. It's totally different now.
It's okay, because it's the colored one that I've seen.
Yeah, no, it's a black and white one. Like I said, it's got everything. And so apparently the guy who knows the secret, his name is Sloppy Mo, okay, which is a play off of Sloppy Joe. So, and Injun Joe, of course, comes back from Mark Twain, right? So,
okay.
So, there is almost a carbon copy, except for they totally changed Joe's look. So,
well, because he's swole in the
he's swole in the original one too, but he's got kind of the Mickey Mouse happy face in some respects,
okay,
But then he's got Pete's voice, the guy who did Pete the Cat. So the Disney guy voice.
Okay.
So he worked for both studios. I don't know who it was. So, but you recognize it instantaneously. He was also the original Bluto. So
okay.
Okay. You recognize his voice instantaneously. But that's the old one. That one's available on YouTube. So the new one, 1945, I couldn't find it on YouTube, but you can find bits and pieces of the one that you and I both fondly remember.
Yeah, where he's mostly grunting. It's mostly like.
Yeah. He's got the one speaking line at the end. Yeah. So, but then it's called Wagon Heel. So Wagon Heels, is the name of the episode. So,
why?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't get it. I have a completely solid memory of the part where he's just walking. Right?
Yeah.
Because that's what he does through a lot of the episode, right? And you know he's coming because the mountain in the background just splits
in half,
apart, and he just comes walking.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and he bites the bear trap.
And he screams at the bear to make him turn small.
Right, yeah.
And then he gets he scoops off like the top of the mountain to make ice cream.
Yeah,
and then he
eats all of it, and the bear cries.
Yeah. That's why I was like, if it's a Porky Pig cartoon, I swear, it's not. It's just Injun Joe being.
That's actually a pretty small piece of it. Porky Pig is the scout for the wagon train. Okay. And so he's got to go find Injun Joe. We'll scout out so that we don't run into Injun Joe because we're leaving out of New York City. It's got this great gag where you have this like fucking wagon train rolling out of like the Manhattan skyline. It's so silly, man. But yeah, it's you got me thinking about it. I was like, man, I gotta go see if I can find that thing.
Well, it was amazing what we remembered. That was
it
was the place where I was perplexed was just the fact that as soon as I mentioned it, you just said, "Oh, because I'm gonna catch all the bullets in my mouth and shoot it out as a big shell."
Yeah,
like,
screw them up and spit out an artillery shell.
I was like, you only know that if you've seen it.
Right.
There's no other possible way.
Yeah. Go watch the black and white one. It'll be just different enough to kind of freak you out. So
I am very.
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to go down that rabbit.
I was just curious, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got curious. There was something else that you said the other night that I went and looked up. The fuck? I didn't look up to see if Sean Connery actually had one wife.
Oh.
The more that I think about that, the more I think I'm wrong.
You were on the one wife side?
Yeah, I thought he might have been one of these guys who was like, like fucking Kurt Russell married,
Huh.
So
I feel like he might be.
he might be.
Like,
I don't know.
I feel like he's the kind of guy that like when he was young, and remember he's Scottish, so I mean it's like he marries like some broad named like Helga or something like that way back in the day, and they were just
Right.
and they just like stuck it out.
Inga. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Inga, that would be it. Because no, who's Pierce Brosnan is like that too.
Pierce Brosnan's like that.
He's been married to the same
Wait,
woman.
didn't his wife
Yeah.
die?
No.
No, that was Liam Neeson, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Liam
Yes.
Neeson. Yeah.
And Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis' wife died
I think
when
so.
he was young. I
Yeah,
didn't know
no,
that.
not when he was young.
Oh, okay.
I think it was later in life. I think that's right around. There's two guys I'm thinking of that are like that. And this is when they disappeared off the scene. Was Rick Moranis and Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was kind of a famous one though, man.
Yeah.
Because he was like at the top of his game when it happened.
Well, so was Rick Moranis.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that being said,
Yeah.
all he ever does is play Rick Moranis.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the question
Gene
is-
Wilder actually did do different things and stuff from time to time.
Yeah.
He's
I mean-
got an action movie out there called Silver Streak. Have you ever seen it?
I have seen
No.
so.
It's terrible.
It's awful.
Yeah. Okay.
Awful.
Good. Yeah, we're not
Okay,
recommending it. Bill.
I'm not
Yeah.
signing up for it then.
Oh,
It's old. There's no way I was
Oh, yeah,
gonna
it's
watch it.
recommend
70s.
a Gene Wilder action movie to my brother.
No, I
Right.
can't. Yeah. I mean, if there were more than that to pick from, then maybe. But
No, I'm sorry. It's like there's. I can't even remember the name of it. What was the name of that? What was the name of that Bill Cosby detective movie?
oh, I don't know.
Leonard Part 6,
I don't know.
Not a clue.
Yeah, I don't
if I
know.
recall. Yeah, I watched that with my dad, and even he admitted that it was terrible.
So it wasn't funny.
No,
Oh, okay.
no, that's it. Well, it made jokes.
Right.
Nobody was laughing.
I don't remember Bill Cosby being in that many movies.
Yeah, it's that like
remember any
Ghost
movie.
Dad.
I remember
He's-
Ghost Dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a couple of, It just didn't take off.
Yeah. No, I remember when he was like when he used to tour, he'd do those family-friendly concerts and stuff. I remember my parents tried to get tickets to his like 3 times in a row because he used to go down to the Academy
Yeah.
and sell out the entire arena. And I don't think they were ever able to get him. So this was all before the things. Way before the things.
Do we need to discuss the things, or does it?
I don't think we need to discuss the things. So yeah, I think we're all familiar now. But yeah, I just don't remember him showing up in that many movies.
Yeah,
So-
again, it wasn't that they weren't trying to cast him, because he was such a huge guy. They were definitely willing to take chances. It just didn't work out for him,
Yeah.
and that's fine. I mean, it does happen. There are guys that are good for TV, and guys that are good for movies.
Guys are good for prison.
And, well, and of course, we've talked about this. If you were a TV guy, you stayed a TV guy. If you were a movie guy, if you got bumped down to television, you messed up,
Back
man.
in the day,
Because that was
started on TV.
But then you got promoted. Like, didn't Bruce Willis start it?
Oh yeah,
during Moonlighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I forgot
But
about
you would
that.
get your shot, or like if something happened to you, like Rob Lowe, he got excommunicated, showed up on TV like 15 years later, right?
Yeah,
You-
he did come out of nowhere, didn't he? What was I watching with him? This is Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
God, he seems like a weird fit for that. So, but
But somehow it works.
it did kind
Yeah.
of work.
And I can't remember. He was on he was like on Entourage or something else stupid like that. I don't
Okay.
remember. But But yeah, it's the same thing. Like it was super weird when Michael J. Fox went to movies, then went back to TV.
What did he do after he went to movies?
Spin City.
Yeah, Spin
Spin
City.
City. Okay, yeah. You're right.
And that was part of it. Was they were very big at working with his
Yeah.
Parkinson's. But yeah, same thing went with like Ricky Schroeder tried to go to movies.
You don't know who that is.
He was a big on like crime shows
Okay.
back then, and same thing happened with that David Caruso from.
CSI Miami.
Well, he's on CSI Miami now, but when he left LAPD Blue
Oh,
to go
that's
do,
right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
no, was that it? What was the
No,
one on ABC?
NYPD. Booth.
Yes,
The-
yes,
and- yeah, with Dennis Franz or whatever.
yes.
Dennis Franz. Oh my gosh.
And he got his chance in movies, and then when he got booted back, nobody wanted him until.
CSI Miami. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, you can do the same role.
Wow.
You're good.
It was weird, man. There was this weird. You're a movie guy or you're a TV guy.
Now it's cool to be on TV and shows and
Dude, Chris Pratt shows up everywhere. I was like, I thought you were.
Is he on TV again?
He's
I
on
thought
like,
he might be done with
He's got a
TV.
series on.
yeah, on like
Amazon.
Prime Video. Yeah.
What is it like?
It's a series, not actual TV.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not a movie. I haven't seen. I was kind of interested in seeing it, but I just haven't gotten. around to it.
Because it's like, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 part series and stuff. I mean, I've noticed that they can bring in some pretty heavy movie
Yeah.
talent. You know, but like, I can't really see Chris Pratt doing like a Parks and Rec 2. You know, he might. I mean,
Well, I mean, like Lawrence Fishburne was on Blackish. And,
yeah.
It's so weird. Yeah.
and they have. I know they have other ones that are stars on just these shows, and you're just like, really?
Yeah.
Well, what?
Well, I mean, he was on CSI for a while, actually.
Oh,
Lawrence
okay.
Fishburne?
Yeah.
Oh.
So maybe
Oh.
he just takes everything. I don't know.
What
Maybe he
about,
likes money.
guys, let me put it this way. For a while there, if not close, Winona Ryder was like the hottest.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I saw her on like Stranger Things, I'm like,
What happened to you?
Well, like the last thing I saw her in was like Mr. Deeds.
oh my god.
Yeah.
But before that, in Stranger Things, I was just like, I think there was one other thing I saw her in along
I saw
the way, but
the one that got me was when she played Spock's mom in the new Star Trek.
yeah, that's
Lord.
right.
And
Yeah.
she died.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was.
Even so, what were you gonna say when you saw her on Stranger Things?
Well, I was like, does this count as TV or not?
It's a good question. So, I mean, there's not like. I mean, now they're kind of heavy hitters just because of that series, but like,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
When it
you know,
started,
when it started, you had Matthew Modine, and he was in like 3 episodes. So, and man, I hadn't seen that motherfucker in a long time. So,
But he's accomplished this shit.
oh, I know. Well, he's just like what's the other guy? Matthew Modine and oh fuck, the guy Tim Robbins. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was about to call him
yeah.
Shawshank, but
You can call him Josh. Look, the other guy, I'll always say Tim Roth. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
well, Matthew Modine and Tim Robbins in particular got involved in all that local political bullshit in New York and stuff. You know, so they did all these advocacy things for years.
wait a second. Which one of them is married to Susan Sarandon?
Oh, I think that's Matthew Modine. Yeah.
Okay, because you can't.
All right, you might
avoid-
need to Google that.
You can't
Yeah.
avoid
Don't-
getting
well, I
tied
don't
into
know. I
the.
can't picture who Matthew Modine is.
You can't
Oh.
avoid getting pulled into the political bullshit if you're married to her.
No, it kind of comes
Yeah.
with the stereotype. I,
Part and
I
parcel.
think it's Matthew Modine. Oh, I don't know, but yeah, he showed up out of nowhere. It's like, dude, you got white hair. So
Oh, that guy.
yeah, that guy.
Right. You've seen
Who's
his
got-
wife. Tons and tons of things.
Yeah.
Well, I
So actually
if
using
you would have
phones to fact check ourselves here for a
if
second.
you would have mentioned that it is not Susan Sarandon.
No, that's
Tim
gonna
Robbins,
be
yeah.
yeah.
Or
think it's
Dad
him.
Rivera. I have
Nope.
You know, there's a chance. It does happen infrequently, but sometimes famous people actually marry normies.
Normies. Yeah, that's true. So
well, you didn't say like it's Papa.
oh yeah. Oh, so you did. Oh, you're
I couldn't
talking about
even
the character.
picture who it was. I was like,
Well, that's his. The girl calls him
Yeah,
that.
11.
Oh, okay.
His name is Dr. Brenner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
Even though I've watched the show, I would have.
So did you watch the entire thing?
I did. I was entertained.
Okay.
And yes, you were wrong.
Very wrong. So you like the Doom ending where the fucking hell is erupting in Cleveland? You know?
I'm cool with it. Like
Okay.
I'm totally fine. Like, all I care about is getting entertained.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly entertained. I did not think they were going to break Max apart that way. Like, I thought they were going to
pretzeled her up.
Yeah, I was
good?
like,
Yeah.
they're going to pull her out before. I was like, holy crap, she's done.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you lived through that? Oh my god.
That's a lot of PT. you
That
just signed
is
up for.
a lot of pins. There's a lot of. Oh man, it is not a happy. Like I know they're just gonna be like blip. Well, they can't even blip that far ahead because it's.
I don't know, man. I see, like, I don't know, man. The kids are gonna be like in their 30s, so the next time they actually get another season made, and I think that it's just like. I don't know. It's almost like they've got like this writer's creep where it's just like, oh, well, we need a bigger big bad now, you know? And then, so, well, this is the original big bad that you thought was a different big bad was actually there before all the other big bads. And so he's the biggest baddest. And it's like, I'm not buying it. You know, the giant spider thing was cooler.
That's true.
Yeah. So, but I don't know.
I just didn't. Like, he just looked gross, not like.
Yeah, he looked, yeah,
It
no.
wasn't like a cool character.
He didn't look mean, he just looked gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good way to put that. I hadn't really thought about that, but you kind of put your finger on it. And then, I mean, it was just weird. So there's like 5 different plot lines. They're split up like Scooby-Doo style in like 8 different fucking groups. You know? And then let's go explore over here.
In
Scoob and Shaggy, you go that way.
extremely far-reaching places.
It
too.
was weird. It's like, yeah, you know, it's like, wow, man, I wish I could drive to California that fucking fast. You know? So...
And wherever the special base was that they went underground in, I'm like, I don't even know where that was. It
I think it was like in Utah or
Utah?
something. Yeah, I don't know.
so yeah, it was scattered, and they didn't get to do anything really together. But
Yeah,
it was entertaining.
you know, and the weirdest thing about the entire thing is that you see this thing that you never see in any kind of like any kind of American-made shit anymore, which is American troops shooting at American troops. That was fucking weird, man.
Huh.
So it's like, wait a minute, y'all in the same army.
Oh, good point.
So theoretically, this guy who has these golden oak leaves could just say, "All y'all put your weapons down." They'd be like, "All right." It's like, well,
But nobody was listening.
no. It was kind of odd, man. So,
I was entertained. I'm ready for another one, but I don't know how long it'll be. So
well, probably not as long as the last one because COVID. Yeah, unless everybody gets monkeypox.
that is the
We
big
won't.
thing.
Not planning on going to any of those shows, Jeff.
Well, no, I don't want to catch monkeypox.
Right? Yeah.
I'm just hoping it gets serious enough that they can cancel me going to work by the end of it.
You are not missing work from monkeypox.
Yeah.
You guys are not a fucking
We're not the type. I get it.
coven of fucking.
But if it's paranoid enough, if they can make it big news enough, that
Well, you just need one person in the office to get it. So
You need one person in the office to get it and then rub up on other people.
I don't. No, I'm not saying you need to spread it. You just need to freak people out enough.
So,
Yeah.
okay,
Well, it's not
okay,
like
got it.
COVID, where it's like, "Are you sick?" No, it's allergies, you know, kind of thing. So,
true. That is true.
It's like, you come to work, it's like, are you sure you don't have Ebola? It's like, no, I'm fine. It's like, why are you bleeding from your eyes?
It was a sad movie.
so yeah, it was a very. It's the saddest movie ever.
This is just what happens when you watch really sad movies.
Why are your tears blood?
I'm really into the character. Did you hear that they're canceling the Batgirl movie?
Yeah.
$91
That is
million
hilarious.
down the tube.
Fucking
Why?
people are so pissed online. It's just amazing. Well, all
From
right.
what I hear, it was just so horrible that HBO said, no, we're not putting this on here.
Okay.
But I don't know any of the real stories.
So here's the. I'm gonna tell you what's been said and what the interpretation is. Okay.
Is this big on Twitter?
Of course it's been. Okay. So the guy that's in charge of WB Discovery, which is, after they picked it up from AT&T, right? Evidently, this guy saw the reviews on this stuff. Now, keep in mind that this guy's claim to fame, and I'm not going to pick on him because I've worked on these shows, okay? So this guy is the brainchild of, like, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo and 90 Day Fiancé, and
No.
look, and I'm going to say this, they're not good shows, but to his credit,
We're very popular.
they're
Yeah.
winners,
Yeah.
okay, in terms of, like, viewership. That's why they made the dude in charge. So the dude looks at his roster of, like, his stable of movies and projects and stuff like this, okay? And the reviews that were coming in for this Batgirl movie, and keep in mind, it's not just for HBO. It was supposed to be theatrically released.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what is the controversy surrounding this movie?
Don't know.
Okay, well, the controversy on this is that the Barbara Gordon is being played by a woman of color.
Right.
Okay, and
Who is Barbara Gordon?
Back up.
Is she related to
Jim Gordon. Yeah, it was supposed to be
Commissioner
John.
Gordon?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Who's going to be J.K.
I'm not
Simmons,
familiar with
right?
the backstory, so
I can't remember. I think so. And there is a character in that movie that is supposed to be trans. I don't remember which one, but it's actually being played by a trans actress. Now, here's the thing: is the reviews for this movie that were coming in included the words "irredeemable."
Now, wait a minute. Are these fan reviews, test audience
these are
reviews?
screenings. These are
screeners.
These are screenings, right? And so they're
irredeemable.
yes, I shit you not. There were actually like reviews coming in like this is irredeemably bad, right? Now this is okay. So here's the funny thing about this is why it's mired in controversy, right? Is so this guy says, I want this yanked. Okay? This is done. This is an embarrassment.
Which guy?
The
Honey
Zellner,
Boo
I
guy?
think, yeah, he's the guy that's in charge of all this. And so basically saying, like, this got to go, okay? This will damage our reputation. There are people saying, like, but you're going to hurt the actress by pulling the movie, by robbing her of this.
But it sucks.
But the other perspective is,
I'm saving her.
or I can kill her career right now. Because, yeah, Halle Berry came back from Catwoman, but that's one bad movie in a roster of good movies.
Yeah, that's
This
a lot,
is
too.
this chick's essentially first credit. So it's like, you can come out of the gates with this stinker, and then nobody will launch you. But so the whole thing, the argument is, well, you guys are shit-canning this because it's a person of color.
Right.
Now, again, the reason that this is so controversial, too, is because have you heard the drama surrounding the Flash movie?
With the main Flash guy,
Yeah, Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller.
Well, you call him a guy, he identifies as they, them.
does he?
Yes.
Oh.
Which is why every time you go online, okay, this dude is a fucking lunatic.
Oh yeah,
He took hostages.
yeah. This guy.
Wait, what?
He's batshit crazy.
Absolutely
You're
not.
talking about as part of a script, right?
No, in real life, just like dudes like saying stuff to him, like
He's
gone like just flipped out in the middle of the restaurant and like attacked people, got arrested.
Oh.
exhibiting practically cultish behavior. Has, like I said, he's facing charges of like unlawful detainment and stuff like this. Now, here's the thing: is he's also the current Flash, and that movie is essentially done. These crazy things he did happened after the movie was essentially filmed. So they've been arguing for months about, well, do we show the movie with this fucking lunatic, okay? Or do we redo every part that he's in, which is hard because he is the Flash and you're recasting the Flash. And on top of it, this is the funny part, is he has gotten a shield for some of this stuff because he identifies as they, them.
I did not know that.
So every time you try to argue, it's like, this guy's a fucking lunatic, the next response is, he identifies as they, them. Okay? Which makes for the stupidest level of discourse, like, you're gonna police the fact that he's taking hostages with we didn't use.
Identifies.
Is that movie supposed to be good though?
Nobody knows.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody knows.
It
Right?
had some cool. It's a cool storyline. So if they would have done it right, it would have been good.
So
Well, it sounds like the HBO guy, is almost kind of like, be careful what you ask for. Yeah.
so the problem is they didn't yank that movie.
Not yet.
Well, they've had plenty of opportunities, but they haven't. It looks
Yeah.
like the last thing they heard was they were saying, we're going to go forward with it.
Right.
So they're like, oh, you're going to let this guy's movie come on through, but not
Gotcha.
that one. Meanwhile, in DC land, okay?
But wait a minute, aren't those two different studios?
No, it's all within the WB.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Meanwhile,
You got Amber Heard.
correct. So she plays Mara in Aquaman 1. Between said movies,
Oh, yeah.
she threw a
Yay.
bottle and severed his finger and pooped in his bed. Now, so people are saying, if you show this movie with her in it, I'm not watching it. And there's still a contingent of fucking assholes out there that are like, well, you don't know her side of the story. Like, well, actually, that came out in court. And they said,
They gotta come out.
you owe him this much money
Right.
because you threw a bottle at him and took off half of his finger and pooped in his bed.
Well, no, not because of that. Because of the defamation through the
Well,
Washington
and the
Post.
emphasis. Well,
yeah.
and
And not
I'll
because
get-
he took a shit in his bed.
well, yes, because that was what was used as evidence to say, all right,
Something not right here.
right, that means that your version of things where, so there I was minding my own fucking business just turned out not to be true.
Right.
Right? So I was just washing dishes and he just beat the crap out of me. Turns out that wasn't true.
Right.
And they're like, so far right now, that movie's still on course to release.
Yeah.
So they're like, why are you just killing the movie with the trans actress in it
Right.
and the person of color? Well, that guy's perspective, and he hasn't been too clear on this, is basically like, I don't think it's going to make me money. I think it's actually going to...
Which guy?
The guy in charge
Honey
of...
Boo
Okay.
I think his name is like Zellner. It's like...
He is now Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, Honey Boo Boo's just kind of like, I don't think it's going to make us money.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's in charge of all three of these properties.
All of them, yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right. Now that makes more sense.
Yeah. So
He was about to say, it's like, well, it's not my fucking movie. Fuck off.
and that's part of it. Is there's rumors right now. The other thing that's supposed to be on the chopping block is the new Supergirl movie, which nobody asked for,
Right.
and stars a Latina Supergirl that
Really?
nobody asked for. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
And they're saying like, well, this guy's a racist. He's like, you could also make the argument is like, that's going to lose money. That's going to lose money.
right.
That's going to lose money. Nobody asked for this. And so there's this whole thing of like, there's some like Trumper working over in, and it's like, there's just this piece where nobody's actually taking the perspective of, well, if we keep doing these movies that nobody wants and we lose money, then we don't have a studio anymore. We ditched AT&T's ownership of this because they were running this shit into the ground.
Right.
Like 3/4 of the offices in New York all shut down because of their mismanagement. And stupid shit like this. So this guy's like, we want to run profitable shows. And people are like, well, you did Honey Boo Boo. Yeah, like 20 seasons of it, 20 spin-offs with a completely unlikable idiot child and a fat woman who has like neck crust. And you all watched it because of the way I presented it.
He just kind of genius.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I work on 90 Day Fiancé, but I watched it before. Like,
Yeah.
this show's bullshit. It's garbage. But man, am I into it for some reason.
Can't stop watching it yet.
I'm glad I never pushed the play button.
I'm telling you. So it's like, you can piss on the guy all you want, but it's like, we're a business.
Scoreboard.
I'm here to make money. You guys have been throwing it away. Because look, they're still trying to do Black Superman.
Yeah. Man, I mean, it's so, like, who was making this argument? Someone that I was listening to was making this
Was this the
argument.
book you were reading?
No, I finished that, though.
Oh, okay. Well, we didn't bring that up, too.
No. What was it? There was somebody who was making this argument. It was in support of Scorsese. So
Oh.
his comments about like how these movies have gotten silly. So
the roller coaster argument.
the roller
theme park
coaster
rides.
argument,
Theme
yeah,
park
exactly.
rides.
So exactly, and so somebody else was making the point. It's like, yeah, and like just taking a look at like the lack of creativity that's going in. This is like, and they were talking. I can't remember who it was, but they were specifically talking about the Supergirl thing. So they're like, nobody asked for this, you know.
Right.
So this is like, how many cartoons have we tried this on? How many different like iterations, you know, have we done, you know, over the years? And it's just it's something that the audience just doesn't take into consideration. But it's an easy like, oh, we can change it just a little bit by doing this, right? So I don't know.
Well, are you guys turned off by if the real people do stupid stuff in movies or sports or any of those things?
What do you mean?
Not even a little bit.
Like, if they break the law, if he punches his wife, are you not going to watch that movie if you find out later on that he punched his
Oh,
wife?
maybe.
No.
Or
Yeah,
do you want him off your football team? Do you?
I don't know, man. I think there's a gradient on that. So
Depends how good you are.
well, no, it doesn't even depend on. You could be Tom fucking Brady, but if you like,
pragmatic fuck.
yeah, no, you could be Tom fucking Brady, but if I find out you're raping like 11-year-old girls, I'm not supporting your fucking.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing. Is the
The
law will
seriousness of
end
the
your
crime.
decision on that. That's where my part of this comes in. Is if the law decides that you're not going to be in this movie, okay, you got it.
Yeah,
But are people not doing it because they really are that morally superior, or are they doing it because they're worried that if they say that I'm still going to go see it, that their friends are going to be like, really? Because they're in this?
I don't know. I guess it would depend on how like how much of the Twitter hive mind you have to subscribe to.
Hmm.
So you know, I can definitely see instances where like nobody I really know, but maybe. I don't know. I've definitely seen like bands of students in the past who kind of they seem to have like similar moral positions on things, so they kind of take their cues from the people around you. You know,
Because I didn't
it's
care.
different when you're in different age cohorts and shit like that. You know,
I didn't care if Johnny Depp or Amber Heard were in stuff.
yeah.
Like, I was like, who cares? Like, they just got in their own little marriage
Yeah.
disaster thing. Why is that going to change whether they make good movies or not?
Well, that's true. So, I mean, if it's something that's fairly innocuous like that, that's one thing. But, you know, I guess there's another point in time where it's like, no, actually, that guy's a piece of shit. I'm not going to watch his show. So, you know, I don't care what it, like you'll never catch me watching a show of Ellen DeGeneres. So, you know, and then likewise, I mean, I'm not a huge John Elway fan because of all the things that I know that
I was a huge
Have
John
come to
Elway
light,
fan.
yeah.
And I did not care about that.
yeah, no,
I still don't.
yeah.
I really don't.
I kind of do. I think
There's
it's
a lot
pretty
of that.
fucked up when you heat up quarters and bounce them off a stripper's ass. It's pretty.
I'm
fucked
sorry,
up.
man. There's
I bet all the guys
That's
on the
what
team
I'm
there
talking
were
about.
I
laughing.
bet they were
that
too,
whole way
man. But
through.
come on, man. You're the leader. You're the leadership role around.
you're the one that
here,
got
man.
caught.
Huh?
You're the popular one that got caught.
Absolutely. So you know
Yet at the same time, I mean, Clarence K was on the team.
that's true too. Yes, so that's true
And
too.
that dude, from what I understand,
Yeah.
solved a lot of his problems with like a good left hook,
Yeah, that's not okay either. So you know.
regardless of the weight class of the offending party. Well, let me say this. Okay, so there's hardly a piece of shit more deserving of scorn than Roman Polanski.
Probably,
Right?
yeah. And there's still people who worship his ass.
Look, until about 10 years ago, Hollywood was like, it's time to forgive him and bring him home.
Who's that?
Roman Polanski
Yeah.
was a brilliant director.
No,
of-
I don't know directors.
Well, keep in mind, a lot of this was in the 70s, too. So there was superstar directors, and he was. He directed Rosemary's Baby. He directed Chinatown. He directed the best version of Macbeth I've ever seen. But he also raped a 14-year-old girl anally in a hot tub.
Yeah.
while I'm trying to remember whose house it
And fled
was.
to France.
And yeah, so they arrested him,
Yeah.
and like during trial, he skipped bail, went to France, and France has been defending him. He still makes movies,
He still makes movies.
and you can see, you can watch the award shows when his name comes up, and every jackass fucking celebrity is clapping for him, and they're like openly saying it's time to forgive him, let him go. But in the past 10 years, they're like, no, actually, now you're persona non grata.
Yeah, well, thanks to Harvey Weinstein. So,
Yeah.
So,
Who?
but for a long time, it was very much so what you say. Oh, it's time to forgive him. The State Department's like, yeah, come on back, buddy.
Yeah. I think they actually tried to get him.
They
when he
tried a
traveled
couple
to-
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
They tried a couple times. So
and
there was one time I think he was supposed to go to like London or something.
Yeah.
And then they were like,
and they found out.
yeah, and they were like, you better not go there. So he's like, the FBI's gonna be waiting for you, bud.
Because I can tell you this: France may hold on to him, but London would have given him to us.
London would have given to us. Yeah. They finally gave us Assange, so
Yeah, I
Did they?
have mixed feelings
Yeah.
on that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings on that as well.
But yeah, it's the same thing. And obviously, I'm not going to sit there and stand up for what Harvey Weinstein did, but I'm also going to say, you all knew what he was about.
Yeah,
It was a pay-to-play situation,
Yeah.
and he made the careers of a lot of people knowingly,
a lot of people.
and they're like, oh, well, now I have to turn my back on this. Like, oh, okay, well, get back the $100 million you have
Right.
for being in movies that you wouldn't have otherwise been in had you not blown this walrus.
That's a good description.
See, I mean, that's how you can tell there's no, like, well, we got into it because of mutual attractions. Like, bullshit.
Oh yeah, bullshit.
Impossible.
Impossible. Yeah, I don't believe you.
No, it's like, it's that same scumbag Dan Schneider over at,
Oh, yeah.
at Nickelodeon.
Is he still
Oh,
there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
His parents, whose parents have been pimping their children to this guy knowingly
Yeah.
for
Oh
15
man.
years.
Yeah. There's got to be a special ring of hell for you if you're a parent. You do that.
You know, he doesn't
It's like
skate
5B
either.
or something.
Yeah, but he doesn't skate either on that. You're still...
Oh
I
Lord,
think-
no.
Obviously, I don't know how far you go down to being in, Satan's mouth, but I think you're in a level above the parents that puts you in there.
Right? Yeah. You're where hell actually does get cold.
Yeah,
Okay.
So,
This might be a crude question, but
please.
is he batting like 100%? Like the people he abused, 100% get careers?
No.
Or are there a lot of
Well, I mean, just
ones that end up in the trash?
well,
oh,
depends on what you
Nickelodeon?
get. Well, so you're not getting on the show unless you're there in the first place, right? That's basically the talent that he would pull in, right? Whether or not they took off after that is a little bit of
Okay.
up to the market, right? But you look at current day psychopaths like Bill Thorne. It's like, yeah, you didn't. Like, I remember looking at you, I was like, you were a kid on, like, Danimals commercials.
Right.
And then it's like, you're a celebrity on OnlyFans, right? Why? Because you're effed up. How did this happen? Oh, I don't know.
yeah.
Just randomly, I guess. Yeah, people's parents are weird. Oh, no. Okay, wait. No.
Who were her parents? Were they famous?
Nobody's, to
Oh,
my
okay.
knowledge.
Normies.
To my knowledge, Yeah.
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 Normies who wanted money.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's
I've read
like
a
the
couple
Industrial
stories about
Revolution.
her, man. That's pretty. Yeah.
She's a psychopath.
Yeah, she's a suicide waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The same thing goes. Ellen/Elliot Page, a total psychopath.
I don't know that much about him, her. So, like, what's the story?
Psychopath?
Oh yeah. Well, you remember Ellen Page, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's a guy now.
Yeah, you told me that.
Okay. Well, the big thing at the time was that, wow, that's amazing. She came out as lesbian. Wow, you're so brave, right? Not in a whole ton of movies. A couple years later, wow, you came out as a person that actually cut off your own boobs. You're so brave. Right? And evidently, she's been in nothing but screwed up relationships and stuff like this for the longest time. It's pretty clear that, well, somebody got to you a little bit before Juno, or that's how you got in Juno in the first place. I can't tell you that. I don't know. But what I can tell you is there's a shit ton of people who've gone through this, and a lot of actors who straight up like, I'm just going to look the other way.
Yeah.
I'm aware of this, but, I didn't see anything.
I don't want to lose my seat on the bus.
Nope.
Gotcha.
Nope.
Yeah, and you don't hear the story about the people who actually do stand up. So because
It's disgusting.
it never gets published. So
It's fucking terrifying.
yeah.
And what I think is absolutely amazing, though, right? This is... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, the things that really piss me off is that year that La La Land goes and wins the Oscar, right? Because there's nothing more that Hollywood loves are movies that suck Hollywood off.
Oh yeah.
Like, we're so awesome. We're so great. Like, every single one of you knows. You know? Okay, you know? Like,
Yeah.
every single one of you should be testifying against somebody.
Yeah. I wonder, is it getting better or worse though? What do you think? From like the Polanski days to today? Is it more above board or less?
I would think it's more above because everybody has a camera.
Okay.
So you got to be real careful what dark alley you want to go down. Because everybody's got.
I don't know though, man. I mean, Weinstein gives you an opportunity. Like, I see your point there, but like, I mean, your cameras are gonna catch the dumbasses, all right, and they're gonna make your bona fide predators that much better at it. So I guess.
Well,
Because I mean that was
Yeah.
Weinstein's whole thing was he's like I mean still you can see so many good movies that have his tags on them in the beginning of them.
oh yeah.
And did anything ever happen to his brother?
I don't know.
Did he weasel out all that shit?
I believe so.
Yeah,
But I'm not entirely sure.
yeah. But I've seen so many movies that I really liked from back in the day that have his
Pretty much.
tags on them.
Everything that said Miramax back in the day
Yeah,
used
yeah,
to do
yeah.
that too.
Yeah. And it's just like, all right, so this guy is the gatekeeper, so just because he puts out a really successful product, okay, over a long period of time.
He's Kingmaker.
Yeah, he's Kingmaker. So, so he makes himself almost uncatchable until some crazy chick does decide to blow the whistle on him. And then all of a sudden a whole bunch of other people do so as well. So,
Well, what's interesting...
and her career gets wrecked. Yeah.
Which person are you talking about?
Rose McGowan.
Okay, she's one, but
She's one, yeah.
what I'm saying here is if you actually look back, there are several instances where celebrities have said stuff,
Yeah.
but it didn't get blown up. It got kind of brushed off.
Didn't Brad Pitt confront him on something?
I don't remember about him, but I know Courtney Love drunkenly said something about
That's
that
right.
on an interview, and people were just kind of like, and there was just this kind of like you're gonna ruin it for everybody
Yeah,
because you all are in on it.
right.
Because all right, so
So it almost becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point in time.
well,
Yeah.
so here's my issue: is when you talk about the cameras, you're right and you're not right in the sense that the cameras are there to protect normies, right? So, like, the nobody nothings that Ben Roethlisberger, right, takes advantage of at a college party. That's who does that. The people that are getting their jobs via, the up and ups, right?
Yeah.
There's no cameras because that's the agreement. You don't blow the whistle on your boss for
Right,
trying
yeah.
to get in. Look. Let me put it to you this way, because it's not just, like, we're going to pick on Weinstein. With how many homosexuals there are in the business, okay, not necessarily the screen side of things,
Yeah.
but the business side.
Sure.
Look, there are homosexual gatekeepers there, too.
Yeah.
And those trade favors are being traded out, too. Look, Terry Crews famously came out.
Right,
He's
yeah.
embarrassed because they're like, oh, this guy molested you, Terry Crews?
Right, yeah.
It's like, you could fold this dude up, and dunk him. It's like, right? But what happens to me if I do that?
Right, yeah.
Right?
You don't know who Terry Crews is then.
Exactly, yeah. Because,
I remember that story.
yeah.
Yeah.
And people are just laughing at it. It's like, oh, that's funny. They're treating it like prison
it's
rape.
not really that funny, man.
But
Yeah.
people were. It's like, you could manhandle it. How could that happen to you? Like, well, because this guy works here, and as much as I would like to actually, like, slam him from the free throw line,
Yeah.
okay, I'm
Let
not
him.
welcome here anymore,
Yeah.
so I have to let him do this.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't.
he hasn't really been around that much.
Since he said that stuff? No.
Yeah. I mean, he did some Old Spice commercials, and that was about it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's even worse than getting demoted from movies to television, from television to commercials.
Depends on the commercial,
It
bro.
depends on the commercial.
If
yeah.
you're. So if it says cash for gold, you're not a good celebrity standing. If you're.
Yeah. Well, it's just, yeah. It's one of those things, like, commercials are one of the places where it actually pays to be a normie.
Does it?
Well, you wouldn't know who Flo was, so...
Dude, this is Flo's world and we're just living in
Yeah,
it.
no,
That
man.
woman is obscenely wealthy.
Is she?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah?
Huge.
Huge?
So is the AT&T girl and
Oh, yeah.
Tilly, or
Melania Von Trump.
that's her real name, or
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're
I,
talking about.
She's been in movies, actually.
what?
Yeah.
Really?
Not many. She's not great. She for a while, before they like shit canned it, they were going to make her play Squirrel Girl.
Well,
Oh,
And I think that would
yeah.
have been a good fit. But
Yeah.
yeah, she's not amazing. She's just
The person.
she's a Ukrainian Jew that ran in the right circles and on the way into Hollywood, and just like, we're going to keep paying you because people like you in these commercials. Same thing happened with Flo. She was just like this this stand-up comedian who'd been just like kicking around the area for
she
a
was a
while.
comedian?
She was a stand-up comedian.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Stephanie Courtney. And when they, how this works. You the one who told me about this, is because the margins are so thin in insurance.
Uh-huh.
When you find things that people actually like positively latch to,
Oh, yeah.
you stay.
Yeah, no, you don't change that. That's why we still have Geico commercials with the fucking frog. So,
It was funny the other day. I was thinking about my insurance, and I was thinking about Aflac, and I realized that I didn't have Aflac. I just have Major Medical.
oh, yeah.
You know what Major Medical does?
Nothing.
It pays the doctors, boys.
Yeah. That's
I don't think I've seen
from
this
a
doc in
while
while.
ago. No, that's because Gilbert Godfrey died. So.
Gilbert Godfrey was recast before he died.
Oh, really? I know he like basically backed away from just about everything.
No, he was forced out.
Oh, he was?
Yep.
Why? It's too
Because
expensive?
He did something, didn't he?
he made a tweet that people didn't like.
Oh, really?
Yes.
A comedian made a tweet that people didn't like.
Yes, he made a tweet that was in bad taste after the Japanese tsunami. So this tells you how far back this goes.
That's 2011, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't keep you around. And it turns out they did find somebody that can actually say Aflac similarly.
It's not hard to do his voice. I've seen several people do it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's still happening.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, we've lost the source material. Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess that's the other part is he only says the one word. I don't know why they're like, we'll just hit the button, he'll say it again.
Right.
Why do we have to record
it.
new ones? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I haven't seen the duck in a while.
Mm-mm. You don't see Affleck as much as you used to. So just because.
Well, I still watch TV, so
Well, yeah, that's true. I
get
did
it
turn
why
my TV
you-
back on. Yeah. I was telling him this in the last podcast.
I only got like halfway through.
Yeah.
No, you told me that shamefully in the car. You didn't
Oh,
admit to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to
Yeah.
admit it in private.
Yeah.
Now I have to out myself. Yeah, I turned my TV back on so I could watch cartoons. So, and I have been doing a lot of that in the last 2 days.
What was the motivation?
I literally wanted to watch cartoons.
Huh.
So, Adventure Time in particular, I found out there's like 9 seasons of it. Or something like that.
Well, there's
Turn on TV, didn't you?
Yeah, because I need Cartoon Network. So, yeah, and I looked at doing the HBO thing or the YouTube TV, and it just turns out YouTube TV is just cheaper, and you get everything. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, but so yeah, I've been watching cartoons last couple days,
absolutely fine.
mostly Adventure Time and The Adventures of Gumball, which
That's been your show since like
goddamn
day
dude,
one,
that
man.
show makes me
That's
laugh
like,
so fucking
yeah.
hard. It's like my wife will sit there and watch it for a couple minutes, but she's, "What's so funny?" And I'm like dying. So I don't know what it is, man. It's just there's something about that show that just makes me laugh. So
Look, sometimes it's hard to latch on to why something makes you laugh,
yeah,
right? And you can try to explain it. And I get, so I've studied sort of like the nature of comedy in some ways. I think they lampooned this once on King of the Hill, and I think they did a pretty good job of that, where they talk about comedy theory and they start breaking down the like layers of the way things work. And there's like a kernel of truth to that I see, but generally speaking, like if I ever look analytically at something, I'm like, why am I laughing at this?
yeah, it should not be funny.
It's like I have rewound this spot on this YouTube video like 60 times, and I've laughed just as hard. And it's like, it's so stupid. You're like, this guy doesn't see the golf ball coming, right?
right, yeah. But why is it funny the 8th time? I don't know.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. And sometimes you come back, it's just because there's like this confluence of, well, the golf ball's funny enough, but it's that noise he makes when he gets hit that's just killing me. So, all right, I don't know. Maybe you saw this, maybe you didn't. So there was this, on the Xbox 360, there was this South Park game called The Stick of Truth.
Oh my god,
I
that
didn't
game
know.
was fun.
Okay. Well, this game was a traditional RPG made in the exact formula of South Park. The graphics were, you literally were playing the cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of the things you could do was you could thump everybody. Okay. That was part of it. When you got to Kyle's dad, for whatever reason, when you thumped him, he just made the. You're laughing because you remember it. I can't imitate it. But the noise he made was just so goddamn funny. And I clobbered him like 40
Thousands
times
of
in the
times.
game. He's literally out there like raking his yard. Right?
Yeah.
And when you thump people, there's a lot of people who just, they'll make a noise. But for whatever reason, Kyle's dad made this hilarious sound when you thumped him. And I kept doing it. And it was funny because I remember I had a friend over.
Yeah.
He was playing that game. He just kept whacking him.
You can't help yourself, man. Yeah.
Like Toe Jam and Earl walking into the rose bushes.
Oh,
Huge. Huge. It's like, well, I don't know. It is what it is.
Just gotta keep doing it.
Huge. It's just...
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough.
the dentist.
Yeah,
God,
the mailbox. Yeah, it's...
So I don't know. The South Park. I'm remembering 8-bit Canada now,
right.
which was fantastic. It's just playing the "Oh Canada" in the background, an 8-bit soundtrack.
Uh-huh.
It was beautiful. So I never played the next one.
Yeah.
The raccoon. Yeah. Okay. It wasn't as good as the first one.
No, because you got to remember, like, the whole appeal of that game is South Park games have come out, and they've all uniformly sucked,
Yeah.
right? So that one that came out was the first one that was good, and they put, like, 30 years worth of references in this. And then when the next one comes out, like, a year and a half later,
It just doesn't work. Yeah.
well, it doesn't really work because it's a different system, and it's just like, well, this is all based off of like what you've seen in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It just felt like kind of like a little bit more, but
Okay.
Yeah,
because the first game was it was long. I remember that. It took a while to play it.
yes,
But if you had kept up with the seasons over the years, you were amply rewarded.
all there.
It was all there. Isn't that the gnome season where you have to avoid your dad's balls?
Yes.
Yes, okay, that
Yes.
was that game. That wasn't actually an episode of the show.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you were shrunken.
Because you were shrunken down.
Yeah. Part of the game. Yeah, and it was what? And just like I couldn't stop you know what? I bought that game for you.
You did.
I did. That was a
Yeah,
gift.
you
I
liked it
bought
so
for
much
you.
that you bought it for me, and I immediately played it.
You know what it was? Because you had just that was after you'd finished like your masters.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because for a while there, we talked about the pop culture timeout.
Right.
For a while there, you were so busy with something that you just kind of like disappeared for a while.
Yeah.
And then I was playing that and having such a good time, and I bought that for you after you finished.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's older than I think. Yeah.
That was
That was a 360 game.
that was 2 Xboxes.
Yeah, that was, well,
Ooh.
one for me.
Well, I'm not talking about your age. I'm talking
no,
about
yeah.
the actual.
Yeah. I got to catch up on those too. So, South Parks. So, I've missed like 2 seasons.
Missed like 15 seasons.
Oh Lord, no! I was pretty religious about keeping up with that one until about 2 years ago. Then they took their COVID break. And then they had like 2 movies. So
About COVID, yeah, and they were okay.
the first one was actually pretty good. The
gotcha.
second one was dumb. So yeah. And in fact, the first one, I think that's the last time they actually did a Trump joke. So
Yeah, I think so.
they decided to give up on that. So
They kind of like punted on that one. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, we're sorry.
yeah,
We're not going to do any more of these.
Yeah, no. No, Mr. Garrison's going to come back now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got to catch up on some of those. But, no, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I was a little disappointed with Family Guy. Simpsons was a little disappointing. So, I haven't checked out the regular show yet, though. That one, I'm going to do that one next.
I remember enjoying it. I remember like laughing at certain things. There were other parts where I'm like, all right, this is just silly or whatever. But I don't remember it being bad.
Yeah.
I remember enjoying parts of it.
Oh, and I do have a season of Rick and Morty to go. So, there's one
okay.
that I have not seen the most recent one. So, so I'll get my cartoon fix on here the next couple of weeks.
I like it, buddy.
Yeah.
I watch vastly different cartoons, so
What do you watch?
what the kids watch.
What do they watch?
Owl House, Amphibia. Williams got me watching
Owl House, yeah.
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
That show's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we're only 2 episodes in. It's in Spanish. I didn't realize that.
Why are you watching it in Spanish?
It's not in Spanish.
No?
No.
He's got it in Spanish. So. I don't know. I didn't know better, so...
It comes in not Spanish, yeah.
Oh, well,
Okay, number one. All right.
he's actually reading all the subtitles, too, so I was just like, all right.
Okay, but that's the thing. You should watch it in the native language it came out in. If you're gonna read the subtitles. Number 2, if in lieu of that, switch on the English version.
yeah.
I don't know what he... All right, I'll have to break it down.
Like if
next
you
time
go
he's-
to like the options, it
He's
should
got-
give you the different audio tracks. Unless
He-
you guys
he
are
watches
watching
it
the
on-
stupid bootleg.
Crunchyroll thing, whatever. And oh, no, it's on Netflix.
Oh, you can definitely change it
Yeah.
to English then, man.
Why the hell is he? First off, okay, just seriously, watch the Japanese version with the subtitles. And if you just absolutely cannot stand the fact that it's not being said in English, do that. But
I was actually kind of cool that I was going to learn Spanish. Like,
you're not. It doesn't work that way.
it
Doesn't work
totally
that
works
way.
that way.
It doesn't.
No.
I've had years of Spanish. This is just like there were sentences that I was like, oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you picked out words. You listen. You said, "Oh, to the left of direction."
Yeah, I would
Yes.
hear some of the things.
Turn the subtitles off and try it.
Well, no, then I won't know what's going on.
You'll be lost in 30 seconds, man. So I've tried to subscribe to your theory as well.
So do I.
When I was watching Narcos in particular, I'm turning the fucking subtitles off and see if I can pick up Spanish because, like, all the major scenes and, like, especially the second season, which is all in Mexico, there's not as much CIA dudes and stuff. It's almost all Spanish. And I was like, fucked. So quickly. I was like, this guy, I don't know what's going on. Why are you mad at this guy? I know you just explained it, and I caught up aura. Okay, so that means now. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you hear words like, "Wait, he said tiempo. Is that time, or is it weather? It's weather.
Weather. Yeah.
Que tiempo hace? Que tiempo hace?" But he didn't say that.
No. So he's not talking about the weather. Yeah.
Well, he is.
Oh.
But he's saying something different than what is the weather like.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not asking where the bathroom is.
He's not speaking proper structure.
Right. He's not speaking in tourist
Yes.
Spanish.
Well, I will have to let William know that.
The only reason I say that is because the actual on these 99% of the time the Japanese voice cast does such a superior job to the other things that are done.
Sure. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's because they actually take that shit so goddamn seriously. Like, the weird thing is, like, the people that do the voices for those shows over there are actually, like, superstars. And half the work they do is, like, singing and stuff like that afterwards.
Oh.
Right? They're, like, professionally trained, whereas here you get, like, the same 5 guys and the same 5 women.
Kaylee, feel free.
I love having Bender on fucking Adventure Time. It's so good.
Well, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Master Shake is on a Disney show.
Oh, that doesn't. That guy's been around forever.
Gotta be weird, though.
He's
all you
on
hear
there,
is-
yeah.
He's the ghost on Ghost and Molly McGee. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
Master Shake.
It's Master Shake.
Talking to all the kids at 7 o'clock in the morning. What is going on?
Oh man, I should watch some of those. I haven't seen those in a long time.
I want to watch Boondocks too. Like, yeah.
Oh, Boondock's great.
But I can't.
There's not as many of them as
I'm
you
not
think
ready
there
to
are.
watch that with the kids.
Oh. No. that show, like, I don't know though, man. I remember watching that 10 years ago and thinking how edgy it was. Nowadays, man, I mean, I can't imagine how well the Martin Luther King episode goes over with certain crowds.
Okay, so it's been discussed.
Yeah?
Okay, so
That guy's been canceled? So...
No, well, because here's the weird thing is, so I think there's 4 seasons of it now, and there's a 5th that's coming out.
They're
Really?
making a new one?
Yes.
Holy shit.
well,
That's worse
so-
than Venture Brothers.
Well, okay, but the circumstances are way different.
Okay.
Okay, so the first 3 seasons were done with the original creator Aaron McGruder.
Yeah.
Right.
Who did the comic strip, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And they tried to get a 4th season going for a while. Didn't pan out. There were creative differences. The network went ahead and made a 4th season without him.
Okay.
And it is universally hated.
Oh.
I haven't even seen it, but evidently it is so far off base from what the original like spirit and feel of the show was.
Is it the same artists and they're just way different?
The writing is just like all over the place, right? So evidently it's a fucking mess, right? Like it's embarrassingly bad. But they've actually got him on board, which is why they're going to do a 5th season. Years and years after the fact,
Wow.
when teams of guys said their fuck yous and I'll never work with you again, I hate you, if I see you again, blah, 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 blah. But evidently there's been a regime change over there at Cartoon Network and stuff. So
Still
that's,
done by William Street? Are they still the producer for all those?
well, that was their in-house group. It was
Right.
all run by a dude named Mike Laszlo, who I'm sure you've seen his name on a million projects.
Yeah.
Evidently that dude's out.
He took his money and went home, huh?
Well, it was that, and there was a little bit of like being asked to leave because there was. Well, let me just put it to you this way: you know how this works. You used to watch it, you don't watch it, right?
Yeah.
The shift in programming became like unwatchable, right?
It did.
For whatever reason, when they said like, "No, man, the future of Cartoon Network rests in the hands of goddamn Tim and Eric," and
Oh, fuck those guys.
like I.
Them and their 5 different fucking shows that were all universally awful.
All the same.
They're all the same.
It's just like, isn't our show weird? Like,
Yeah, that's why I skip it.
but not good. Right.
But not good. Yeah. So then start putting other weird shit on there. So Super Jail and stuff like that.
And look, I respect that kind of weirdness. It didn't land with me, but
It's
I'm
gonna
like,
land.
it's like, but hey, you know what? You tried.
Yeah.
But when they're like, nah, man, the future of this is in all these weird live action, bullshit shows.
The live action shit was bad.
And I can't even tell you the names of all of them. But eventually, I was like, well, I get it. You're not gonna change.
Right.
It's not. You're not listening to all those emails I sent.
Yeah.
So I guess it's time for me to leave.
I remember being pretty active on their forums for a while.
Did you really?
I was, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like early on, because I remember, fuck, man, this is all the way back to like 2002.
I was gonna say
When they resurrected Family Guy, and they had like half fucking like Family Guy Futurama on there, and then like a quarter was their original programming, which included shit like Space Ghost. Still, at that point in time.
Okay, yeah.
But then a couple other shows. That's when you started seeing shit like Aqua Teen. But then they had like all these other things that they would play too. I remember them having like anime lineups that they would go through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they would put. That's where Bebop came in.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then it was only after, and then the Venture Brothers came online after a little bit. I remember watching their fucking pilot episode.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So it's great though, man.
It's great.
It's like there's an alligator in here. Why is there an alligator in here?
Yeah,
I don't know. Just let him be.
Yeah. And there's all these weird kind of like proto versions of what eventually shows up.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah. But then, I remember getting a little bit disinterested later when they started pulling some of the good shows. And I remember doing a pretty healthy rant on 3-Ounce Mouse. So
12 ounce.
12-Ounce Mouse, thank you.
Yes.
Which was the stupidest show I think. I mean, watching that actually made me dumber.
I
could feel it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Aqua Teen started to fall off after a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And of course it was going to.
It was going to. But, I mean, especially when they kept bringing the dealership dad guy back and stuff. The two, what were those pointy guys?
I don't remember their
Yeah.
names.
What dad's got a dealership?
Look, I still think that's hilarious.
I did. They banged that drum 120 times.
Oh,
man.
I agree. Look, they ran the Monanites into the ground, and those were like
That was the best episode.
two of the greatest characters ever created, man.
Better combine our powers.
I remember showing you guys, like, I had AVI files of those saved.
Right.
I showed them to you on my computer, and like I remember deliberately showing you like the one where the doll gets thrown off the cliff because he wants to be like the Highlander. And I remember you guys lost your shit
What
in a
the fuck
way,
is this show?
right? I think I bought you the first CD DVD, and I was like, This is crazy, guys. I've never seen anything like this. But yeah, that's sort of, to its credit, eventually it stopped. It's not like the thing where, Family Guy's been on 30 years and it
that's
has
crazy,
just
man.
mutated
So
into
crazy.
something just unrecognizable.
It's bad. Bad.
But yeah, I mean, we could run back the roster on that. I know you and I could go rounds on this all night.
Well, to be fair, I kind of stopped watching it, I would say about 2012 or so. I mean, I eventually got to the point in time.
I can't tell you the exact year.
It was around that point in time, because I remember when, it got to the point in time where there was 2 4-hour blocks that would roll back over again. And I'm sitting there watching fucking 8 episodes of Family Guy. And I'm like, nah, I'm just not going to do this anymore, man. So, and then they had weird shit on after that. And then I got back into it a few years ago again, and the new shows are not good. So, at least a couple ones that I've seen.
I don't know what's there.
Yeah, there's, I mean, the shocking thing is, if you look at it, it's going to look very, very familiar. So, but now it's over on HBO. So yeah, because Cartoon Network just does cartoons now. So 24/7. So I haven't had access to it in a while.
Well, that's actually where because I was signed up to HBO. What was it, Max or Plus? I can't remember.
Yeah.
That's where I actually started watching the new Aqua Teens. Well, not the new ones, but watching some of the old ones.
Yeah.
And I didn't throw a fit until I saw that the one I was deliberately looking for had been yanked.
Oh, which one was it?
That's the one where...
Right.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope, that one's on there. But the one where Shake gets bitten by a radioactive black man... I was
I remember that one, yeah.
wanting to see that episode. And I'm digging through all the seasons, like, I can't find it. So I go online.
About that one.
They shit-canned it. They're like, no, this is offensive.
I can see that guy's face, man.
It's so goddamn. It's the one with, like, he's just got that line where Boxy Brown is trying to get him to get in touch with his black side, and he's just like explaining. He's like, well, I wasn't actually black. I was bitten by a radioactive black man, and somehow that turned me black.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he's trying to. The thing is, Frylock is trying to get him to turn back white. He's trying to live white again, and so he's trying to make him swim, and he won't.
Right.
He's trying. He takes him to a hockey game, and he can't stand it.
No.
Right. And so at the end, after the blackness wears off, right? They've got this exchange where like his teeth fall out and the thing like that, and he's just choking. He's after he'd gone through that renaissance, like Frylock asks him what he's testing him. He's like, so what's Bruce Springsteen into? He's like, a boss? He's got a new boss. Yeah. And he just has this great line at the end, and he freaks out. He's like, what time are the Simpsons on? And it sucked because I'm signed up to this service. You get to have every episode except this one, and you're willing to accept that all the rest of these are a product of their time. Yeah. But this one,
for some reason, just crossed that line. Yeah, I don't know, man. I do remember that episode fondly. So,
I was crying the first time I saw that, man.
Yeah, God, they were kind of hit and miss too, though, even in the beginning. So, but that one is definitely a high point. Actually, there are several of them. It's just like, what's the ones that I'm fucking remembering where they eat that the thing is eating people and storing them in the attic?
Yes, it's that weird onion.
The onion, that's right.
Weird onion.
It's the little spider onion.
Yes.
Thing, yeah.
His name's
so
Willie
Juice.
He's named Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson, yeah.
They keep throwing out his mail because like, well, there's no Willie Nelson here.
Yeah, that's right. And they're like, oh dear God.
Yes, I remember that fondly. I remember, like... What? What are you thinking of?
I don't know, a million? Yeah, okay. Really? Serious? Thank you, God!
Do we still say that?
Yeah, we still say that, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many things from there. Yeah, there's the ones that... There are also ones that I liked that other people didn't. So, I remember laughing my ass off at the one where the trees are ripping off Carl's skin. That's so fucking gross.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
But it more so had to do with the fact when he's like pushing the big vat of oil with his head.
Oil?
Well, because he's like, what are you going to do with that? It's like, I'm going to tip it over.
Yeah. It's like you had to push it past the disposal place to get to the park.
And Carl helps him.
Right.
It's like, so what are you going to do? It's like, we tip it over and we run like hell.
Right.
There's this episode.
This is when Carl gets made out of eyeballs. Yeah, that hurts so much.
I'm going to explain some breeze I'm feeling in my thighs.
Yeah.
They would actually have Carl on SportsCenter.
What?
Oh, really?
Scott Van Pelt loved the show so much.
Oh, wow.
That they would have segments every now and then where Carl would be a guest on the show.
Jets, Jets.
He'd say some goofy stuff and all that.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know. That I kind of need to do a run through of the Venture Brothers, too. I remember that show really hit its stride a couple seasons in. So there was one episode that made me laugh so loud. It's the one where they got that guy in the back of the car, and he's got the speaker voice. And it's so loud that Doc's like, I can feel it behind my eyes. You know what I'm talking about? The giant, yeah. They blow him up in the end.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's the whole setup. He's
It's
like
so
this
great,
observer,
yeah.
but the whole prequel is for him to get blown up at the end.
Right, yeah.
No, I'm with you. I mean, so... Okay, so the tail end of the first season is fantastic. The entire second season is unreal.
Yeah.
And the third season is hit and miss.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the ones that they did up in that 2-season format.
That was before he moved to New York, though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And even some of those in there are good, too.
That was
but
the one that
it was
ended in the giant fight with the guy from Labyrinth. So...
Oh, that was the second season, I think.
Oh, that was the second season?
Was it? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, the third season, that's when...
that's Phantom Limb.
Well, that's when the other agent died.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So it was...
Oh, yeah. Number 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then number, 10?
24.
24. Gets all buff in the next season and fights Brock. That was actually pretty good.
He enjoys it for a second.
He enjoys it for a
he's
second.
Like, no, I have to kick your ass. Yeah, I mean, but that's sort of, I don't know. There's some of those questions, it'd be the same thing if they did a MASH revival with I don't know, Ryan Gosling or whatever, where it's is this simply just it worked because it was a certain space and time?
It might.
Yeah,
it might.
Well, I've never seen it. I never watched Roadhouse, but I guess they're redoing it.
What?
Why?
Because they don't make new ideas.
God, man. You watch Roadhouse these days and you look at Sam Elliott and he looks like he's 14. It's weird.
Whoa.
Oh, man. He's actually got, colored hair. So...
Wow.
Go check it out, man. It is fucking weird.
I don't believe it. No, of course it's true. It's kind of like when Robert Duvall had hair.
Right, yeah, and wasn't fat. So, but no, I remember watching that Roadhouse maybe 2 years ago.
I've never watched it.
You never seen it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I can't. It's hard for me to recommend.
I'm not gonna shit on it though.
I'm not gonna say it's a bad movie. Well, actually, I am gonna say it's a bad movie, but I like it.
Yeah, okay.
It's the same thing where I have to place movies like, I don't know, Red Dawn and.
They remade
Did you ever
that.
see the new one?
I did not. I heard
Yeah,
it's beyond
it's-
horrible.
I saw it staring back at me on Amazon Prime the other day. I was like,
That's
nah, I'm
nice.
not gonna do this. So yeah, okay.
No, it's like that. There's. So let me ask you this: is Tremors a bad movie that's good, or is it just a good movie?
It's just a good movie.
I liked it.
Okay.
It's just good. It works, man.
Okay.
So
Because Tremors 2 is bad.
Tremors 2 is awful. So
And I didn't know they made a third one, but it's worse.
there's 5 of them,
Yeah, I thought
Jeff.
there was way more.
Yeah, they're actually still making it.
Yeah, they got an Old West one. They got an Ice Tremors one. So
But I'd be okay if they made a new one of number 1. Just with cool visual effects.
I don't know if Tremors works right now. I feel like that almost works because of the time it was.
I don't even think that the special effects in the original are bad.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Actually.
So, I mean, it's got that Jaws thing going on where you can't look at it too long. So then you start to notice the problems with it. So, but it actually works when they put it into the proper parts. So, but I don't know, man. I think that I don't know if that one would really work right now. So,
Well, I guess that would be my question is.
I guess I don't really need to see it again.
yeah.
Well, because if I flip it around and I would say are you going to remake the scene with the rec room with Reba McEntire? No, I feel like that wouldn't work now. It wouldn't be funny. It wouldn't. And I don't know. They're not gonna what, like Taylor Swift or like fucking
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry, like Lady Gaga. I was like, yeah, no, don't do that. That worked then.
Yeah.
Now, I suppose I should end with this. Okay. What is something that would be worthy of a remake now?
Worthy of a remake?
Yes. Because Tremors, I think, fits in its time and place. So I'm talking about something that's, probably timeless. I would argue either it's already set in a historical time period
Sure.
that you don't have to fuck around with and change to modern times, right?
Oh, God, yeah. Please stop with that. Yeah.
Or, there are some things that probably could do with a modernization, but...
Yeah.
Short Circuit.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Short Circuit.
You know what?
Yeah.
If I had an answer, that would have topped it. So
You could do that with AI.
there you go.
Now.
Yeah.
There you
Stuff,
go.
Yeah.
There you
That
go.
movie's surprisingly good. I saw it a little while ago.
That's you. Oh, dude, you got it.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah.
So the first movie, not the second.
Yeah. I don't think I remember anything really from the second.
That's because nothing happened.
That's not true. Johnny Five got beaten up by gang members.
Right.
Stupid. He didn't want to kill people anymore, so he replaced his laser beam with a
Red
plunger.
toolbox.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
It was so shitty that Steve Gutenberg didn't come back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He wasn't exactly getting dished out roles left and right, too.
Well, he was in Police Academy.
Which is bad.
Boy, they can make that again.
They could not make that again.
You're saying that you can't portray police as like bumbling retards that are still well-meaning but solve crimes in spite of themselves?
I don't think anybody would buy any of those premises. So... Everybody, and I mean everybody, would have a bitch about that. So in one way, or
Maybe it works
being
then.
unfair to cops. It's like, no, the cops are too smart now. No, we need to defund the cops. So we're gonna do this on community principles. And,
Is there another guy
everybody
that
would
can
be
make
pissed about
all
it.
the sound effects?
Oh, I forgot about him.
Michael Winslow. I don't know, but Will, I haven't actively been looking for it.
Yeah.
I'm sure, frankly, Will, I'm sure you could find some jackass on YouTube that can do 5,000 sound effects,
Yeah.
but he's just some chud that looks like me.
God, yeah. Oh man.
Nobody
I don't
wants to
think.
see
Yeah,
that
I don't
again.
think you can touch that one. I think Short Circuit's a good one. So,
Look, Patrick, you mentioned it last week. I think there's a worse chance of a Blazing Saddle or of a Police Academy remake than Blazing
and
Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. God, if they try to remake Blazing Saddles, though, man, I mean, they'd fuck it up so bad.
Why would you? But there's nothing like new that you're bringing to it.
The only thing you can do with Blazing Saddles is make it not funny.
Right.
So-
There's nothing like you don't need new tech. You don't need new innovations. You don't like. What are you remaking? Just literally the same thing?
I would, okay. Although it would be completely in the face of the original, right?
Okay.
I could see where you remade Blazing Saddles with the whole premise of a black sheriff.
Okay.
Only you play it not for laughs at all. You are playing it as the story of
Yeah.
an ostracized sheriff. Obviously not a Cleavon Little type guy, right? And you played
Yeah.
it totally seriously. Because if you came in there to do a comedy, you're wasting your time. But if you're
I don't know. You can still do that as a comedy. I mean, Disney did it a couple of years ago. What was that movie they did it with? With the cats and the dogs, and it was a Pixar thing.
Cats and the dogs.
and it's a remake?
No, but it's the exact same story as Blazing Saddles, and it's actually got a lot of homages. I'll look it up.
Oh, Rango?
No. It's cats and dogs. Not.
Oh,
I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
Lizard,
Rango. Yeah.
And it was a Western.
No. Yeah. The story was the same though. Not a Western though.
Dog.
I'll look it up. So I've seen a chunk of it. It's not like just drop down funny and stuff like that, but there are a couple moments where pay homage to Blazing Saddles.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, I've seen YouTube videos where they're side by side. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll go look it up.
Wow.
So,
I just.
yeah.
I would turn to you. I mean,
Secret Life of Pets, but
No, it's not Secret Life of Pets. No.
how about that? It's so goddamn cute.
Oh, Secret Life
The
of Pets.
second
yeah.
one is dumb.
The second
I
one
didn't
is
see
silly.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
They
I
just go ridiculous.
The second one is.
Like,
yeah.
oh no, you missed everything that was cool about
No.
the first one.
Yeah.
The first one was just so goddamn adorable.
Yeah.
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 And I don't know who deserves all the credit on that, but whoever designed that puffball is an absolute genius.
Yeah,
The design on those dogs was unreal.
It was good.
And that puffball just cracked me up every time it was on screen.
And the second one is much more about Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Damn it.
Really?
It's like all about that rabbit.
Fucking rabbit?
You know,
Yeah.
Dude, I wouldn't eat something like the first time. Oh,
So,
I know.
all right. So Short Circuit is our remake.
yeah, but God, they put Kevin Hart in it. They make him the voice of Johnny
Don't
Five.
no. Okay, so that's our caveat. You can do it, but no Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Okay.
Because, if it's not Kevin Hart, they're going to make it like Chris Pratt. And then Johnny
For
Five.
Johnny Five.
Yeah, and then Johnny Five is going to say Chris Pratt things because he'll be Johnny Five and he'll be like, whoa, buddy, that's too much information right there.
All right, I don't like your version either, man.
He'd be the Rock.
He'd be Jack Black, dude.
Jack Black.
There we
Oh,
go.
that's
Perfect. I'll
good.
take that. I'll take that. Jack Black.
Actually,
is-
that-
yeah, that's fine. Jack Black.
After
is-
watching
is
what
Johnny
he's
Five.
done in the the Jumanjis, I'm totally
Yeah.
fine with.
Jack Black as Johnny Five is fine.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're at $1.35.
Okay.
All right.
Jeff's mad.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm going to be okay. All right? Just leave me alone for a little bit.
All right. All right, that's Jeff. I'm Pat.
Well.
Hitting the button.